Hey guys, it's Justyn. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I figured I would just film a regular vlog. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk to you guys about, a lot of updates, a lot of just what's been currently going on that I want to bring you guys up to speed on. But part of what's going on is that I've kind of been in a funk lately. A little bit of creator's block, imposter syndrome, doubting myself, feeling like I don't know how I want to say what I want to say on YouTube. So I decided literally like very last minute, you know what, instead of me trying to make this super formal style video with the lights and the cameras and me sitting down and full face of makeup and everything, instead of me trying to do that, I'm just gonna film a vlog. And as I'm going throughout my next couple of days, I'll just gradually tell you guys what's been going on and what is to come. So first things first, the reason I am in a car right now is because we literally have no air conditioning. We're going on, I think it's almost been 2 weeks without air conditioning. I don't even know what happened. Literally randomly, it just started going up and they called the guy out to check it. When the guy came, he said that whatever part is needed is gonna take 3 freaking weeks to come in. Mind you, it is July. We're in the middle of summer in Texas. So we've just been managing in a hot house. We do have fans. I've been like literally attached to the hip to my box fan. So I mean, we're able to get a little bit of relief, but if I'm just being honest, it's been quite miserable. I've been trying my best to, you know, somewhat remain positive and just think of how grateful I am to even have what I still do have, because of course things could be worse, but constantly being in a state of just being hot, just like you take a shower, you get out and you're sweating like you never were dry enough from drying yourself off from the shower versus you actually just start sweating. Constantly being in that state, I definitely think it has kind of contributed to me being in a little bit of a funk, but I know that's not the only reason. So I was kind of already feeling a little weird beforehand, and what the main reason I kind of wanted to talk to you guys is because I want to tell you guys about one of the biggest things that I'm struggling with right now. And this really isn't anything new. It might be new to some of you guys, but I know I've talked about it before a little bit. I struggle mainly with not having a routine. I don't have structure in my life right now, and it is affecting me. It's been affecting me. It definitely affects my intuitive eating journey. It affects me personally, just like my overall life, because I don't have many boundaries. I don't have anybody else's time that I really have to be on. Everything falls on me. And I think some people, they can look at that and it sounds amazing. Of course, like why would I want to be on anyone else's time? But I think I've just come to realize that sometimes a little too much freedom can be a bad thing. So for those of y'all who don't know, this is technically my full-time job. I am a YouTuber. I'm a content creator. I do make a living off of doing this. Before I was doing this, I was working in a hospital laboratory full-time, but also doing this at the same time. And if you guys followed me, like if y'all were watching my videos, actually around this time last year, you know, I got to the point where I could not stand my full-time job. When I first started it, it was super chill. I worked the night shift, which if anybody in healthcare knows anything about the night shift, very chill, no management, stress levels down. It's just like a chill vibe. When I first started it off, it was like that. I was even not supposed to, but I was editing some of my YouTube videos at my job. But then when COVID happened, everything changed. It just became, I mean, we worked in the laboratory, so guess who was testing all of those COVID samples? I mean, I wasn't testing it, but I was the one inputting all of the information in. So even during the night shift, like I was making up for what the day shift couldn't handle, because we were literally getting COVID sample test bags by the hundreds, just constantly. So anyway, it just got to the point where I hated it, because the only reason I really liked it to begin with is because it was such a chill, simple-ish job, and I was able to do that while also managing my YouTube. But once COVID happened, I couldn't balance that and YouTube. So after going back and forth and thinking about it for a very, very long time, I decided to quit my job. I was like, you know what? YouTube is what I really want to do. I'm not able to do that anymore with, you know, the changes at work. So I'm going to quit and I'm going to make YouTube my full-time job. And I thought everything was gonna be perfect after that, but it wasn't. I know I've talked about this once or twice before. Immediately as soon as I quit my job, my mental health just, like, I became so depressed. I felt so isolated. Like, I literally, I don't know, mentally I wasn't doing well, and all of that imposter syndrome and self-doubt, like, I feel like I finally got myself to the point where financially I could afford to do YouTube and be okay and afford my bills and live halfway comfortably. It's almost like I didn't believe it, and that transition period, I spent too much time not believing it and doubting myself that, I don't know, it got me into a really dark place. So anyway, fast forward now, y'all know about, it's July, so basically at the very beginning of this year, 7 months ago, I moved to Texas. I moved in with my dad, and that was a way for me to almost kind of have like a new start. I have been wanting to move to Texas literally since I was in high school. It's not very uncommon for people, my classmates who I went to school with, to graduate and move to Texas just because it's so close, and there's a lot more opportunities in Texas versus little old our hometown in Louisiana. So I had already wanted to move to Texas, but because I was just in such a down funk, not only because of my job but also because of the weight gain, and I was just depressed all the way around, I knew I needed to be around family, because one of my issues before I moved was I was so isolated, and when you're by yourself and you're in that bad of a place, that can be very, very dangerous, because you start getting some thoughts, you start thinking that nobody loves you, nobody cares about you. I don't want to get emotional, but that's where I was. So now fast forward, now that I am living with my dad, and I have been for a while, things have gotten so much better. Our relationship has gotten better because this is like the longest I've ever lived with my dad as an adult, and really like since I was like 5. I'm able to see my siblings. My baby sister, she's literally she's like, I don't know, I thought it was gonna be weird, me being honest. I wasn't sure how our relationship was gonna be whenever she was first born, because we are 23 years apart, but she literally just, I don't know, it's like her energy and her innocence and just everything about her just brightens up my day every single day. So all of that is great. I'm definitely mentally in a better place with being with family, along with, of course, being in therapy. But because I'm still doing YouTube full time, living at my dad's house, like I said, back to the whole point of everything, I kind of got a little sidetracked. I very much struggle with a routine. Everything that I do is self-driven, self-motivated. I have to be the one to do it. I don't have anybody telling me I need to clock in, clock out, anything. And I know some of y'all are going to be like, okay, well, just make yourself a schedule and stick to it. But I have tried multiple times before. Honestly, I really, truly think I have adult, what is it called? Inattentive ADHD. Like at this point, I would be completely shocked if I didn't have ADHD. Every single survey, quiz, video, research I have done on it, everything leads back to ADHD. And I know I'm getting off track again, but I have tried to actually get medically diagnosed. I went and found a primary doctor here in San Antonio, did all of that extra work all the way up until, who was it? A psychologist, for them to tell me that my insurance does not accept, my insurance doesn't cover the testing, and you would be so surprised how expensive it is to get diagnosed for this kind of stuff, so you can potentially start treatment. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I have tried to make a schedule, and there are points, there's maybe like a 2-week period here and there where I'm doing super well. I'm able to stay on top of things, like I'm just doing well, but it's always followed up with me just not doing so great. And me not having a great routine has affected pretty much every single part of my life. My sleeping schedule is completely up and down, up and down. And I know some of y'all might be like, okay, but I thought you said in one video that it was doing better. Yeah, it was doing better then. That was like in that 2-week period, but probably right after that, I started staying up until 5 o'clock in the morning again and not waking up until 1 p.m. That is like normal for me. So my sleeping schedule is messed up. My eating schedule is especially messed up. And this completely ties into my intuitive eating journey. And it's so comical to me that I make videos about my intuitive eating journey and I read every comment. Like, even though I'm not able to respond to everything, I have read everything. And so many people assume that my issue is I'm just sitting around eating all day because I'm intuitively eating and I have permission to eat everything. But the gag is, sis, this, I don't do that. Like, actually, my biggest issue is that I go so long when I first wake up to eat something that by the time I'm finally allowing myself to eat something, it's almost like I want to, or I feel the need to like overcompensate. And truly, I feel like on an average basis, if somebody looks at what all I consume, not as far as like the calories and everything, but just like how many meals I consume, I definitely feel like somebody would be like, oh, well, no wonder you're having issues because you're under eating. And it's not that throughout the first part of the day I'm not hungry, because I know some people might be like, oh, well, that's your body trying to naturally intermittent fast throughout the later part of the day. No, that is not what that is. I am hungry. I feel the fact that I'm hungry, but because I'm either distracted from work or scrolling on my phone, it could literally be as simple as I go into the kitchen and somebody else is there. Because like I said, I do live with 5 other people. I could see somebody else in the kitchen and I will turn around and go back to my room and not eat for another 3 hours. I know that's not right. I know that's not okay. I feel like I should definitely be further along in my eating disorder recovery journey, but this is me being transparent with you guys. I'm so glad I decided to vlog, because this is literally the longest I have been able to like project my feelings in one take. I'm struggling, and this is something that I have talked to my therapist about, and she has given me so many good tips on it. I still like weirdly almost feel guilty because she's literally been giving me some of the same tips this entire time. Like, this is something I was struggling with when I first became her client. I was struggling with having a routine, and she, you know, gave me some tangible suggestions and tips, but literally 7 months later, I'm still struggling with some of the same stuff. So yeah, that's that. She tells me though that not to, you know, be so hard on myself. And also with this journey, there's no time limit. Like, there's no rush, I guess. Like, something for somebody else, it could take them 2 months to master, but it could take me a year to master. Like, basically the time aspect of it really doesn't matter with this, because what I'm doing is more of a complete mental and lifestyle overhaul. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna do this diet for X amount of time and lose X amount of weight and then I'll be good. Like, there's no X amount of anything. This is just me, and this is gonna take time. Anyway, I feel like I have gotten redirected so many times. That is the main thing that I'm struggling with right now. Not having a routine, not really having any sort of schedule or boundaries that I hold myself to. I think, kind of going back to me definitely thinking that I have ADHD, I think it possibly went undiagnosed for so long because I have always been in structure. Obviously I was in school for my entire life up until high school, and then I went to college for 4 years, and then immediately after college I was in the workforce. I worked from 8 to 5 until my last job, where I worked the night shift, but still I had structure. I had external factors, like either my mom making me go to school or my boss forcing me to come to work if I wanted to get paid. But now I don't. I am the only structure, and this is just so sad to say, but I don't respect my own boundaries. I've tried to place boundaries on myself, but I don't respect them. Like, yeah, I could sit here and talk about this all day, but that's what's going on. So yeah, if y'all have any suggestions, please leave them down below. If y'all have any advice, any tips, anything. I'm almost a little nervous like putting myself out here like that, because just to be frank with you guys, my channel comments have turned sour. Like, it's funny because like as I was losing weight, it was so rare that I would see a negative comment. Like, maybe 1 out of every 200 comments was, you know, somebody just being stupid. But now, I kid you not, I'm not being dramatic, it's about 50%. 1 out of every 2 comments is somebody just being not very supportive. And I don't think most people think they're being negative, but when I tell you I have an eating disorder and you want to give me unsolicited advice that I need to go back on a diet, that's not helpful at all. So anyway, part of me saying this and now realizing that I'm gonna get feedback is that I know there's gonna be people just like waiting to, ooh, Justyn's down, let me kick her while she's down. But it's okay. I've accepted the fact that for some people, I'm like their human punching bag because they just completely do not believe in intuitive eating and don't think that's gonna work and yada yada yada. But I don't have time to do that. So anyway, that's what's going on now. I am going back to Louisiana for at least a week, maybe 2, in a couple of days. So that's kind of also why I wanted to vlog, because I feel like I actually have things happening that is like worth vlogging, because I don't know, I feel like I live a very boring lifestyle. But yeah, I am gonna go back to Louisiana, spend some time with my mom, also just get out of the freaking heat. The reason I'm in my car, well actually this is my brother's car, the reason I'm in the car is because this is like my break away from being in a 90-degree house. So yes, I will probably catch you guys tomorrow. Hello guys, don't mind the way that I look. I haven't gotten dressed for the day yet, but I just got back from the sushi place, got me my good old poke. I just got my usual rice, yada yada yada. I put it in the last what I eat in a day video, so if y'all are interested, you can check that. But whenever I got to the register, they told me that I qualified for a free fruit milk tea, which that sounds very interesting. So of course, if it's free, that's what I've got. I have never ever tried boba before, and I know it's like super trendy. I see everybody and their mama posting about their boba teas. And so I really wanted to go ahead and try it on camera. Even though it looks exciting, I'm so nervous about what this actually tastes like. It looks like little chocolate balls, but something tells me this is definitely nothing like chocolate. Okay, I've been seeing people just like, I don't want to make a mess. That was intense. All right, let me try the tea first. I got a orange and mango tea. The tea is good. Tea tastes fine. I'm so nervous to try it. Okay, I got one in there. I'm just scared it's gonna like shoot to the back of my throat and I won't have time to catch it in my mouth. It's like slimy. Like, do I chew it? Oh. Almost like a weird taffy texture. That was a very interesting experience. It didn't really taste like anything. It was just a very interesting texture. But the tea is great. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really know what's, oh, look when I spin it around. Pretty. I don't know if it's like really for aesthetics or if people just like chewing with their drink while they're drinking it. I don't know, but it's interesting. Now I can say that I tried it. But now to the big boy. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I told myself this morning, today I declare is gonna be a good day, and good days involve having some poke. This is Justyn and I approve this message. All right guys, I am getting ready to go to dance class. I haven't been in a couple of weeks, so I'm excited to go. Tonight we're dancing to Twerkulator by the City Girls, and one of my favorite choreographers, she's teaching tonight, which is like a big thing for me. In order for me to want to go to dance, it has to be a great song and a choreographer who like our styles match well. This is what I'm wearing, a Yvette Sports bra. This is what it looks like in the back. And then for the leggings, I'm wearing Buff Bunny leggings. I think these are their Rosa leggings. And I'm bringing an extra t-shirt in case I want to wear a shirt. But honestly, I've been looking at myself in the mirror and I feel fine. Like, I don't know, sometimes I'm a little bit more confident than others. And I feel like right now I can see myself actually wearing this throughout the night. It feels so revealing, literally, because I just have an inch of skin showing. But anyway, I'm excited to go move my body. This is definitely like my favorite form of movement. Can y'all tell how much I'm just sweating just by like existing? Oh my gosh, I'm so ready to be back in the good graces of air conditioning. But yeah, one thing I like about this class that I go to as well, I haven't told you guys yet. Well, actually, I shared something on Instagram, but I started going to step aerobic classes. So like when you have the little platform and you see people online doing like choreography on it, I found a studio here locally that does that. And I've gone to 2 or 3 classes so far, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot harder than I thought, so I'm gonna have to get better at it. But anyway, one thing I like about both the dance class I'm going to as well as the step aerobic classes is that they're very film yourself friendly, social media friendly. Like the dance class that I go to, they actually encourage you, like at the end of the class, they're like, all right guys, get out your phones, let's record ourselves. People go in groups, so it's very like, I don't know, social media friendly. I feel like with a lot of businesses, they just are so stuck in the older way of doing things. So I can really appreciate, especially since I do YouTube, when like studios actually are okay with you filming, because usually whenever I have to film myself in public, I either have to like kind of sneak and hide and film myself, or it's just really awkward because I'm like the only one. So anyway, I am literally out of breath sweating just because I had to turn the fan off so y'all could hear me. All right guys, I just got out of dance class. I'm literally looking over my footage now. You know what's so funny? I just did all that talking to y'all about how I love that they let you record and it's like social media friendly and all of that. But tell me why. So I tried to get some footage for y'all of like us actually rehearsing and learning the dance, because I always record the end, like us performing the end result. But I was like, ooh, let me do it for the vlog, like they don't care. I put my phone down to press record and I thought it was recording for a good like 15 minutes of the class. Came back to my phone, nothing recorded. There was like a little 6-second clip of me just putting my phone down on the floor, and I guess somehow I ended the video. And I'm just like, awesome. So that was annoying, but this class wasn't my best. The dance itself was great, the class was great, the teacher was great. My memory just was like, no, not today. And I hate that, because like rehearsing up until the final part, it was fine, but then all of a sudden, I don't know, I get kind of nervous when the cameras come out, because even, I don't know, it's weird. Even though I'm gonna post this for people to see online, when I see other people recording themselves too and I see myself in the background of their videos, I don't know, it just like all of the phones and cameras all at once, it like kind of heightens up the anticipation, and my memory was just like, nah. But I still had a lot of fun. You know, every now and then you're gonna have some misses. Usually it's a hit, but today it was just a miss for me. But regardless, I still had a lot of fun. After class, I actually got to talk to the choreographer. We both follow each other on Instagram and YouTube, so shout out to her. Not to be weird, is this weird? I don't want to be cringy, but hi Danielle if you're watching this. I feel so awkward, guys. Like I feel like I'm so shy and just weird in real life, but then I come on camera and I'm just like super talkative, and I get that all the time. Like for my coworkers, they used to comment on the fact that I am so not like how I am online in person. So anywho, but we had a great conversation. It was really nice. Speaking of, even though like the point of this video is to tell you guys like how bad I'm struggling, one thing that I've actually been doing pretty, you know, well at is socializing. Like I'm starting to socialize a little bit better. I have socialized several different times within the last month or two, and I know for like the average person that's probably nothing, but for me, someone who, I mean, y'all know if y'all watch, I complain all the time that I don't like really have friends or anything like that, but I've been trying to just say yes more. Like before, anytime somebody would ask me if I wanted to do something, would try to make plans with me, my automatic response without thinking about it was no, and to come up with some excuse. Most of the time it was a lie as to why I couldn't do it, because I've just been so on my own for so long that I don't know, it's difficult for me to put myself out there. But I don't know, I feel like I'm in a point of my life where I just know that things aren't gonna get any better for me, and I'm not gonna grow unless I put myself out in uncomfortable situations. So all of that to say, I didn't vlog any of it, but I did go to Austin probably like a month ago, and I met with Eden from Eden Loves Life. I know a lot of you guys follow her on there. That was so much fun getting to meet her. I went on a hike a couple of weeks ago with a TikToker. Her name is Cassie. That was also a lot of fun. I've also been catching up with an old friend from high school. We're probably gonna hang out when I go to Louisiana. So I don't know, I just feel like socially I'm just doing a little bit more, and I feel like because I'm starting to say yes more, like it's already opening up more opportunities. Like Eden and I, we already have plans for the next time we're gonna meet up. Cassie and I, we're probably gonna meet up soon. Like, because I'm just not so in my shell, because I'm starting to come out, and I know it's very, very slow. It's super slow paced, but I don't know, it's starting to pay off, which is nice, because I think a big part and reason as to why I hadn't yet felt comfortable enough to go out and get my own place, even though I've been here in the city for 7 months now, is because, I don't know, for me, I kind of want to already know that I have some form of community besides my family. Like, I know I have my family, I know my family will be here regardless, but I just want to know that I have other people that I can hang out with, and I don't want to go into my next chapter, which we're going to talk about that later on in this video, what's going on with the apartment situation. But I don't, sorry guys, my lips are like freaking peeling. I don't want to go into the next chapter of me living alone, living by myself, feeling isolated. Like, I want to just feel like I have a sense of community around the city, and I don't know, I feel like I'm on my way to that. Can you guys tell like I'm on a high right now? Every time like I finish working out or I finish dancing, anything, like, this is definitely, the endorphins are going.
1 week later.
Guys, first of all, I'm so sorry. It's literally been like a week since I last vlogged. I'm in Louisiana now, and I really had every intention on talking to you guys more and showing you guys more of what I was doing, but that just it didn't happen. So that's my bad. But since I've been here, I'll catch you guys up to speed. Things have been going well. It's lovely to be in the air conditioning. My first night back, whenever I came in and I could feel the cool air, that was literally like my first night in over 2 weeks. So peaceful just to wake up and not be in like a pool of my own sweat. So that was nice. Me and my mother have just been chilling. I'm here for a couple of reasons, but also just to update you guys. My mom just graduated from her doctorate program. She officially has her, not PhD, EDD, Doctorate of Education. So I'm super, super proud of her. So I definitely wanted to come to kind of celebrate. And also I'm really excited because in a couple of days I'm going to be doing something to this hair. I've just been kind of bored of the curly hair. I literally have not straightened it, styled it, done anything in I think like 5 years. Nothing but curls, which I love my curls, but you know, every now and then it's nice to switch it up. So I don't know when you guys will see it. Maybe on my next upload, or it might be in 2 uploads. I don't know, but make sure you follow me on Instagram because I will definitely be updating you guys more so on the daily over there. Also, I kind of just went and looked at all of my clips I already have, and I forgot to mention this in the first clip, but I am currently in the midst of looking for a part-time job. I don't really want a full-time job right now because I feel like that's going to interfere with YouTube, and YouTube is genuinely what I love to do. It's just that it's almost such a flexible, free timing job that it's kind of difficult for me to only do it. So I'm thinking that a part-time position would help me to kind of get some kind of schedule set up, but then not be working too many hours to where I feel like I'm too overwhelmed and I can't do what I actually want to do. So yeah, also I am getting a part-time job because in 2 months, in September, I am turning 26, and my 25-year-olds and my 26-year-olds, you know what that means. I'm getting kicked off of my mother's health insurance. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to pay for my own health insurance. I've already tried to look into possibly paying for it for myself, but it is literally so expensive. So there actually is a good amount of part-time positions that do have benefits, medical, dental, vision, all of that. And also I'm hoping that hopefully once I switch to whatever different plan of health insurance, hopefully that insurance will cover my ADHD testing so that I can actually get tested to see if I have it and then potentially start treatment. There's a bunch more I feel like I could say, but I don't know, just a little mini update. Once I get back to Texas in a couple of weeks, I'm probably gonna start the apartment hunt search again. You know, originally I was only supposed to be living with my dad for like 1 or 2 months just to kind of get me over there, and then I was gonna go and get my own place. But I knew once I got there that I just wasn't ready to be living on my own. But now I feel like I'm ready now, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to, and I'm getting excited to have my own place. So yeah, y'all let me know if that's something you are interested in seeing. I may not document it on here since that's so far off from like the main focal point of my channel, but if not on here, I'll definitely do like some Instagram content about my apartment search. So yeah, that is pretty much it. All right guys, so for today's super special secret emoji, very special shout out to the humbled life of Bree Elise. Shout out to Miss Osha Bishop. And shout out to Joy Penniless. Thank you guys so much for supporting. I really do appreciate it. Okay, and this is random. We're gonna go with the person doing a cartwheel emoji. And the reason for that, I actually searched gymnastics and that was the only thing that came up. My mom and I were currently in the middle of watching the Olympics. Today is just the open ceremony, but I'm really a gymnastics fan, even though I can't do none of that. So yeah, comment that down below and you will possibly be shout out in my very next video. And as always guys, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on this journey and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.